Hello everybody and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2021. We have the Swiss Round 6 for you today. It's GanonsGoneWild versus Jaejo36. Commentating for us we have Dane8373 and Homemade Beer, and tracking is Lady Laura Linda and Toffile. Say hello everybody.
Hello. How are you doing today, Homemade Beer?
Hey Dane, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty well. Excited for this 3-2 matchup, which for those of you familiar with the Swiss format of this tournament means that the loser of this is no longer in contention for the playoff round. So both these runners have got to win this round and then the next 2 rounds to make it into the play-in game.
Yeah, it should be an exciting matchup here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gauntlet for the people that are currently already have 2 losses, but some of the people that are still sitting at 2 losses they're going to make it, so they'll get through this gauntlet. All right, looks like we're off on, or never mind. It looks like my stream is synchronizing.
Yeah, it looks like about 10 seconds.
I briefly saw GanonsGoneWild open the Link's House chest. All right, Cane of Berna in Link's House, and we see Jaejo's going to get that big key of Swamp Palace over in Sanctuary. So it looks like we're going to see 2 different starts from these 2 runners. Looks like GanonsGoneWild is going to do the Hulatan, and Jaejo's doing the Sanctuary start. So, Homemade Beer, what's your opinion on these starts? What do you like to normally do?
I like both starts. I think, they both have equally viable ways of opening. If you start at Sank and it ends up being a good place and you find some cash early, then you might end up not ever needing to Houlihan, so you could save a bit of time that way.
Yeah, I think this particular... Oh, sorry, you continue.
Oh, no, I mean, that's mainly it.
Yeah, particularly when Sanctuary is at the Useless Fairy dropdown, it's pretty much just better to do the save and quit from Sank, whereas otherwise there could be sort of a benefit to either one, where I guess GanonsGoneWild got the information about the Smiths being at the Witch's Hut, but otherwise going to be about the same, just a little bit slower than Jaejo.
Yeah, I think that's the main advantage here, is that he'll have that extra information.
And we'll get to check out what the Uncle dropdown is today. That is the Useless Fairy dropdown, so won't need to run over to that right side to get in there. And using that green bomb that those guys throw to get some KOs on these guards for the tree pole, which sometimes we'll get some bombs here. Just going to get the heart today. And a very nice early shop to get some bombs early. So Jaejo will be set for wherever they want to go next with those bombs.
Yeah, that's pretty nice too. Get rid of that entrance. All those entrances, never have to go back there again.
And meanwhile, GanonsGoneWild is going to go straight to Kakariko after doing that Houlihan opener. Probably going to take a chance at these 50-50 bombs here, and gets at least one of them, which is good because you need at least one for the bomb-locked entrance of Kakariko. And Jaejo's showing us back of Escape. We see a Compass, another big key with Big Key of Eastern, which is a pretty nice one to get, and another big key with the Dark Palace big key. So 2 pretty good big keys there.
Nice big keys.
Yeah, one of the main things about Crosskeys is those big keys, they can hide really anywhere in the seat. So oftentimes you'll see runners be short of go mode just by some big keys. So you really like to get some required big keys where like someone like Swamp Palace, you don't need to beat the dungeons, but Eastern and Pod, you need both those.
Yeah, and GGW finding a connector early on, one of the more annoying ones here at the east side Twins house.
And Ganon is at the Sanctuary dropdown today, so we will not be having to clear Ganon's tower to get to Ganon today.
Yeah, always nice to see Ganon in the Light World location. Except at Lumberjack, but it's what it is.
All right, Ganon's Gone Wild has found the mini Molorm cave in the tavern today, which is always a good. You like to get some early items like this, so it's really nice when you find those 5-item caves really early in your CAC trip.
Ooh, finds a hook shot.
Yeah, Moon Pearl too. So that's a pretty stacked mini Molorm cave and another big key. Tower of Hair, not always required, especially getting the hook shot in the same room, but good to find.
Wow, yeah, nice room. Easy, good early find there.
And Magic Bat is at the Lumberjack location today, so we'll see. I think we're down to Blacksmith. All right, we still got a bunch left, because you don't like Kakariko Well being locked by Aghanim or Ganon, but we still got plenty of shots for that not to happen. It looks like Ganon's Gone Wild has found the back of Skullwoods in Kakariko. Not going to be able to clear this without any fire source with a sword, but you get this first chest pretty for free. And that Hyrule Castle small key, not important today because of where the Sanctuary dropdown is, but it is good to know now that the Hyrule Castle chests will be in Logic, which sometimes can push you to do them earlier.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to know that it's in Logic early for sure.
Yeah, it's much more important when Sanctuary is either at the Lumberjack dropdown or the Pyramid, or even sometimes when it's at the Blacksmith Well and you don't find the hammer for a while.
Yeah, speaking of Lumberjack dropdown, we find our first Castle Tower small key at the Lumberjack dropdown.
And get some nice early money there over on Ganon's Gone Wild side from the tavern, so we should be pretty set for early game money for the seed. And finds Tower of Hera, which we have the big key for. Can get a lot of the items, but can't beat the boss yet, so we'll see how. We're probably just going to want to get the first two here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty nice CAC so far. Not a lot of connectors to chase, just a couple, item caves and a dungeon here and there.
And there's the hammer in there, so you now Ganon's Gone Wild can clear this dungeon, but gonna elect not to do that right now.
Yeah, can totally clear the dungeon except for the fire-locked basement item. So.
And we found the Uncle drop down at the Blacksmith, which is normally nice, but when you have the hammer this early, it's not, because you don't need to use the hammer to get into this entrance here, but today they already have the hammer.
Yeah, also discovering stun prize being bomb drops, which is nice with that early hookshot.
Yes, and I believe that we'll know in a second where the Kakariko Well is, and I guess it's going to be a Ganon today, because
oh, that's always fun.
Jaejo just showed us that this is the Thief drop down here. So yeah, Kakariko Well Ganon is always, you instead of being 5 items for the climb, it's now going to, or 4 items for the climb, it's now going to be 9 items for the climb. So that's always going to be over your head once you find GT and have sufficient equipment to climb it.
Yeah.
And there's probably one of them. There's been a couple of connectors so far in Kakariko, with that south one over in the Wraith, the Twins house normal, and then we've got the Desert Palace connector over in that right snitch house, which I'm not going to want to follow this early. The Desert Palace connector is quite long.
Yeah, this ended up, just as luck would have it, being a much nicer route from north to south, the way Jaejo ended up doing it. He got the bottle so he can turn it into Sick Kid on his first pass. We'll have a shovel, so when he finishes up all the south checks, he'll be kind of right in the way of go grabbing that shovel item and these kind of things where in order for GGW to go do that kind of stuff, he'll have to double back. Oh wait, did we see Sick Kid, or am I thinking about something else?
I don't remember seeing him, but it's possible that I missed it and was watching the other screen.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Sorry, I might be confusing stuff in my head.
But yeah, I definitely agree that the way that Jaejo has routed this is going to pay off pretty nicely for him. I mean, it's an early game, couple of minutes, so it's not like a game breaker or anything, but it's pretty nice to be able to do that shovel right away, and then he can elect to follow one of the connectors rather than having, because like GanonsGoneWild is going to want to go up to the Lost Woods after this, isn't going to want to follow the connectors that are in here.
Yeah, especially where I think we only found the two connectors being Desert and the Fairy Ascension Cave connector.
Yeah, and the desert being as long as it is, not like Fairy Ascension Cave is shorter, but desert's kind of smack in the middle of Kakariko, so it's going to be, you're going to have to kind of go back for it specifically, whereas that fairy one, Jaejo will be able to just grab after the shovel, should he decide that's what he wants.
Yeah, and so the way it ended up here, GGW electing to ignore the top forest checks and just go chase this connector at Spectacle Rock dropdown. Which doesn't lead anywhere important, but it makes routing the desert area easier here, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, you always like to find that entrance before you've gone over to Gina's hut, because it just makes it much easier to check. Only getting a compass for it, but definitely nice to get that entrance out of the way. Yeah, it looks like GanonsGoneWild elected to make that decision about skipping because you can just take the save and quit here to get to the north part of the light world should you want to, and then he'll get the sort of same advantage going to south. At least he'll just be calculating the desert connector instead of the fairy one.
Yeah, not a lot of maps so far in the seed, so won't find out many dungeon prizes early. Probably we'll find out this Hera one soon. I'm guessing one of our runners are going to go decide to complete Hera once, maybe when Jaejo finds it here, or next time GGW is in the area. I did miss earlier, what was on the blacksmith entrance?
I didn't notice it being anything, so it may have just been nothing. And looks like GanonsGoneWild has found the Old Man Ascension Cave. You can tell because Link jumped down a little bit, so it doesn't have too much to guide. The hookshot's not bad, and you can use bombs.
Yeah, I'll find his way up the mountain here and be able to start doing Death Mountain checks, which is nice.
You see the Bombos Medallion up on Spectacle Rock. I didn't catch which entrance GanonsGoneWild went in to find that.
I think it was Light World Hype Cave.
Ah, that would make sense. Yeah, I thought it was a quick one after save and quit. Wasn't sure if it was the Lake Hylia one or that. All right, let's see
if Jaejo decides.
Yeah, it can sometimes be really difficult when you come in, you're like, okay, I can't beat this, but I can get the 2 chests, and then you get something that lets you beat it. It can sometimes be a bit like you got to adjust your plan dynamically like that. And there's a different dark room on the top of the mountain that isn't the Old Man Cave.
Yeah, I guess that would either be the actual Death Mountain Descent cave or the back of Old Man, right? Because we found the other 2 dark caves.
Yeah, I think that looked like back of Old Man because the bats came rather quickly.
Ah, okay.
Which, if that is the case, not a bad Old Man at this point if they ever need to get back to the mountain. Because sometimes the mountain can be quite annoying to get to in Crosskeys if the fleet is late.
Yeah, nice finding this back of Super Money too here, so you don't have to make a choice to chase it instead of just grabbing the items out.
Yeah, it's always great to find that one before finding the bottom because you can sometimes get baited on your route where you've got like 1 entrance left that's not great and you want to get those 2 items and you end up going up there. And we're going to get a nice early first boss kill today. And yeah, front of Old Man is on the mountain, so if that's back of Old Man, that's not going to be a very useful spot.
Yeah, okay. I missed when you checked that earlier. That's pretty funny.
That explains the save and quit.
Yep. Was wondering that too. I'm like, huh, just leaving this entrance.
And the top of Tower of Hera having the crystal, but nothing otherwise important, so GanonsGoneWild's not going to really get punished for not having done that already. But nice to have a sub 15-minute crystal here in Crosskeys. Sometimes you get lucky in Tower of Hera or Thieves Town will play nice and you can beat them early.
Yeah, it's always nice to get early crystals that way. Let's see, I guess, yeah, GGW can also check the last 2 connectors up here with this Moon Pearl, can do whatever's inside him as well. So that's kind of convenient.
Yeah, for sure. It's always nice to get, because sometimes you'll find a connector that will draw you away from the mountain when you're up here and you have to leave these entrances for a very long time. So it's nice to knock them out right here.
Yeah, with where Hera is and the way Kakariko's laid out today, there's not a huge reason to go back there very much, so...
Yeah, maybe if you got something like the Boots or the Desert Small or the Desert Big, you might get drawn to that connector and do Hera on the way, but yeah, it's kind of... that Desert Connector is really the only thing that you would be going back there for, or a Flute activation.
Yeah. Ooh, nice mirror on Jaejo's side.
Yeah, really nice to get the early mirror and Crosskeys, and that will be helpful because Jaejo hasn't gone to the mountain yet, and they already have the hammer, so they can get all the way to the top of Death Mountain with the mirror.
Yeah, another thing too that's available with the hookshot is all the lower side of the East Death Mountain. What is it, like 4 entrances down there to be able to check?
Yep, they can get all of them, but the Titan's Mitts or drop down locked one, though Jaejo can get that one. But I guess GanonsGoneWild is electing to not do those right now because of where the old man save and quit is. Wants to close out this early light world first to make sure he doesn't skip something really nice that his opponent got for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And like, you know, as far as we know in the moment, the oh look, Jaejo does find this through a connector. I was gonna say it's out of logic, but now it's not, with Jaejo finding this whole area through a connector and having already found the mirror. So now the mountain's all in logic.
Yeah, and that's a really...
including that blind side.
It's nice to find that entrance in particular, or the spiral cave one when you have the mirror, because a lot of times you get faced with the drop-down choice where you have... you normally will take the one with the 2 entrances, but sometimes if you have the mitts, it can just become an annoying choice between the spiral cave drop-down or the fairy ascension drop-down.
Right, yep.
And having already gotten the Hyrule Castle small, this all back of Hyrule Castle is in logic, so Jaejo's going to do it right now. Also, where escape is, it's kind of irrelevant where the Hyrule Castle small is.
Yeah, it might end up being convenient at some point if GGW does want to check that Fairy Ascension connector. He might do it from a save and quit to Link's house to pick up the mirror, the shovel item, and then we'll find his mirror and be able to do the same thing that Jaejo is now currently doing. So probably won't be too big a deal, honestly, in the end.
Yeah, and we'll see what Jaejo elects to do coming out of here, because he hasn't found the Mountain Ascension Cave, so he could actually hookshot over to the left side of Death Mountain coming out of here. May not want to even risk checking any of these Hyrule Castle connectors and risk getting locked out.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me, I think. Like, just, clean up a bunch of entrances early and get a lot of that stuff done. Not worrying about connectors yet.
It's really nice to get that old man save and quit spot that you know is going to be on the mountain.
Jaejo finding a map to confirm that Tower of Hera is indeed a crystal.
Yep, the map of the only dungeon we've already completed. And Jaejo's going to go to the back for Dark Cross. Doesn't have a sword or the lamp, but it's not too bad, especially since this is the light world version of Hyrule Castle. If you come here in the dark world, the rats and the snakes will do a lot of damage. So if you're going in the dark, make sure if it's the dark world, you got to be careful.
Yeah, convenient when you don't have the mirror, but, as having the mirror.
Yeah, it's definitely convenient when you come here with 10 hearts blue mail, no mirror, that is dark world escape. But when you come here with 6 hearts green mail, it can be a bit perilous to even get to the back with you just get nudged by a rat or a snake a couple times.
Yeah, especially in Dark Cross when they start kind of getting all over the place, no sword or anything. Okay, cool. So it does look like GGW is cleaning up. Kakariko will finish Hera here.
And we just see a red rupee there in Dark Cross. And yeah, Jaejo's just going to mirror and walk right out of here. Carry the bomb over his head so he doesn't go through the mirror portal, and then check the rest of the Death Mountain entrances, because there's quite a lot of them. Ooh, that's a really annoying spiral cave.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, and I think GanonsGoneWild will have the advantage. Should he have the mirror when he comes over here, he'll just do that entrance right away, because he knows he can get to the mountain earlier, where Jaejo doesn't know that the mountain has the old man spot on it.
Oh, this is interesting. Having one small key can clear this out, actually.
Yeah, we'll see if he elects to do this dark room as well.
Always fun. Especially without a sword. Or
yeah, no sword, no fire rod.
Nice map there.
Yep, yet another useless map. And looks like he is gonna go through this in the dark. Definitely a little bit harder.
Bad choice here.
Yeah, with the Cane of Burna, not too bad. Especially, you don't know how easy it's gonna be to get back to East Death Mountain. And our second dark room, yielding a second red rupee.
Yeah, electing for a Death Warp to refill his health a bit. Not
Absolutely.
a bad choice.
Yeah, with the Death Mountain being a bit perilous with the dead rocks and the cabbages, it's always nice to have a little bit extra health. And nice to also have a red potion. Whenever you haven't found Pod yet and don't have a bow, it's nice to have a potion in your bottle. And looks like GanonsGoneWild is going to be the first runner to go into desert. We'll be able to get the one chest here and can tech the torch if he wants, but glove.
Nice French vanilla there. That's useful.
Yeah, the first glove in Crosskeys, very important, and that's not a very appealing location for Jaejo to get to anytime soon. So that could be a pretty big advantage for GanonsGoneWild.
And what was that desert main? Was that top of Hyrule Castle?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Leads to Paradox, okay.
Yeah, that's a nice 7 items there. And you get to check some connectors as well, so very nice.
Yeah, much nicer to do Paradox with a hookshot in hand. If you don't have a sword. Those Moldorms are a little tricky with a hammer, just kind of annoying, you know. As Moldorms tend to be.
Yeah, in that room they have plenty of room to move around and can really juke you with the hammer or the bow. Alright, Flipper's there, nice find. Tower of Hera small key. I never really liked to find that item because you'd rather just never have to check that basement, and also finding the map of Swamp Palace to go along with those Flippers.
Yeah, Jaejo going to be able to get Bombos here too, which is always nice. In case you might need it, you know, to get into Ice Palace to find a Fire Rod or something silly like that.
Yeah, I'm still going to need the sword to get to Ice Palace, but yeah, definitely want to have the Bombos down the road. Also, we'll get to check all the way over to the top of Death Mountain with the hammer and mirror in hand.
Yeah, finding this mirror the way that GGW did, it's not actually that big a deal. I mean, he did find the glove that will take a while for Jaejo to get back to, because he still has to get back to desert, but he can just save and quit the old man and check the top of Death Mountain. Or is that you just said?
No, I was talking about Jaejo doing that.
Oh, gotcha.
I think GanonsGoneWild getting that mirror early is very big because, like you mentioned, that glove is already a big advantage for him. So if he hadn't gotten that mirror, then it would be kind of like one of them has the mirror, the other has the glove. But now that GanonsGoneWild has the glove as well, he's going to be able to route the seed pretty nicely.
Yeah, very nice.
Doesn't even have to look for any normal Dark World connectors, just goes into the Dark World normally. And that's pretty rare for sub 30-minute Crosskeys, just normal Dark World access.
Yeah, have we seen any cross connectors? I don't think we have, actually.
Yeah, none to the normal Dark World. We saw the Dark Death Mountain from Light World from that Fairy Ascension, but none to like the normal Dark World. We haven't followed that many connectors. I named the first pod small of the day over there in Mimic Cave on Jaejo's side. Yeah, I don't know how much Jaejo probably elected to put off a lot of the mountain. Once you see that the old man is there, you don't feel the rush to walk over to the top of the Death Mountain.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually rescued the old man, though. It looks like he got stuck in the cave, in one of the dark caves. Ah, here we go. There's a cross connector.
Yep, from the eastern area right back to the pod area. Which is nice when you have the mirror, because now you can just route in all those checks together.
Yeah, very nice.
And there's the Turtle Rock Big Chest entrance, which with the hook shot going through here is in logic. The Chain Chomp chest would be in logic. The Lava chest is not, but can still get it. Not going to be the easiest to kill that Pokey with the equipment that he has, but we'll see if he wants to try it. Looks like just going for the Chomp chest. I didn't get to see what was on the Lake Hylia Island, but GanonsGoneWild wants to get it. Just the 10 arrows. Probably didn't even check it. Just wanted to grab it blind.
Yeah, with the flippers in hand, can go route in all of these Hylia checks and potentially do dark shopping mall stuff here. Let's see what he decides to go do.
Yeah, you can swim over here to Hobo and then do the rest of like the pyramid. Now Jaejo taking an unfortunate death. That Chain Chomp room is quite perilous.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
And there's the Swamp Talon. Two nice dungeon entrances at the Flute 5 spots today. And I think that was just a heart piece over there from the Hobo. So this is nice for both the runners being able to check pod with Eastern, because that pod entrance can be pretty annoying to check. But when you have the mirror already, that's the one time when it's not completely awful.
Yeah, exactly. You save a pretty good chunk of time actually being able to do that. So. Ooh, this is very fortunate for Jaejo here.
Yeah, this is really good, because now he'll actually get this glove where who knows when he'd be drawn back here had he not found this.
Yeah, going all the way back to CAC for just the one item in Desert, which is the situation he would have been in. Like, that's never going to happen with how much he just opened up. Although I suppose he doesn't have the flippers, so he doesn't have nearly as much open as GGW here.
Yeah, he actually has to walk out the front of Desert if he wants to get those flippers. So that might actually be... Well, with the mirror, it's not as bad, because he'll get to that Agate Tower stuff relatively soon, because he's right over there in the Dark World. Though you probably don't go here from this route, but you can always take that Elder connector from the ferry outside of Eastern to get back to the Dark World quickly. Or he just has regular Dark World access, could just walk there now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. He might finish this stuff up and then head over to the CAC area, or the Village of Outcasts area. I'm not sure. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I don't think he has any bombs right now, and he just found the shop that doesn't sell bombs, so...
So Ganon's Gone Wild has actually already done top 5 Castle because there's a connector from Desert up there.
Yeah, when Jaejo finds that, it'll be really helpful for him because the flippers were in there too. So that'll open up his available areas in this a lot more as well.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to see him actually walking back because that tells me he's probably thinking about going over to the pyramid, and we'll get those entrances.
Looks like Jaejo remembered that the stun prize is bombs today.
And Ganon's Gone Wild has found Hookshot Cave, which is really nice to find when you already have the hookshot. Get to get the 4 items right away and check the connector if you feel like it.
Yeah, it looks like the only thing left in this area for him. Well, I guess he has all the Zora stuff too. Ooh, and finds a sword.
Yeah, you might check Catfish first and then come back for the connector. Really depends on... Because I guess the connectors probably aren't super great for them right now. They could get a connector to Meyer. That would be the main prize connector-wise. But they have so much access otherwise.
Yeah, it's just the connectors that lead to isolated spots. The Bumper Cave top of Dark World Floating Island, like Meyer area, like you said, or Turtle Rock East, I think, are really the 4 main ones, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, they already found the Desert Palace useless one and the Laser Bridge one, which are 2 of the guaranteed ones.
Not going to say no to more health here.
Yeah, but whenever you have the mirror and Crosskeys, you're much more free to take the hearts. Sometimes if you don't have the mirror early in these Crosskeys seeds, it can be annoying. Ooh, and this is a tough decision to do Eastern or not, I think, here. I think you probably want to put it off if you have the big key and not the bow, and Ganon's Gone Wild's taking a debate here.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, you can find the bone here, and then you can full clear it, but he chooses not to in this case. And, it's not necessarily very common that you would find a bone here, but...
Yeah, and it's not terrible to get back to. That's one of the other things that factors into whether or not you're going to dip Eastern or not. If it's somewhere that's really bad for you to get to, that you got to take a couple of connectors to get to, then you're more inclined to do it. Whereas that's just you got to save and quit, and then you can swim over to the Zora area. It's not too bad. Right,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, just start at your house and swim right over.
And meanwhile, Jaejo has made his way over to Paradox, so we'll be able to get the flippers that he's going to need to get people to where Ganon's Gone Wild is now. And we'll see where Ganon's Gone Wild's going to go here. If he's going to... He could do Eastern, or could do... go back in that connector to try the hookshot connector. Ooh, and
there it is.
There is a connector to the Meyer area. That's Paradox Bottom, because when Ganon's Gone Wild found the Paradox Middle connector that took him to the shovel spot via K45, so didn't ever check this bottom one, and didn't have the mirror, so didn't want to get locked out. So this could be a pretty nice thing for Jaejo to have found. I don't know when Ganon's Gone Wild would ever go back to check that Paradox Bottom connector.
Yeah, where did you say the Paradox Middle went?
It went to K45.
Yeah, that's actually pretty useless.
It was actually pretty nice for Ganon's Gone Wild at the time, because he's like, oh, I have the shovel. I'll just go do that right now. I won't even bother with the Paradox connector. And
I see how it worked out now.
So both of these runners actually got pretty fortunate timings with their connectors to get them some items that they had available for a while, but otherwise would have been a little annoying to check. Probably Jaejo got a better end with that desert, because Ganon's Gone Wild would have checked that shovel at some other point. But it's just nice. It was nice for both of them.
Yeah, I guess I could see a way for Ganon's Gone Wild to use the Cave 45 connector to find that Paradox Bottom, knowing he can get back there when he does all those kind of South Dark World stuff.
And meanwhile, we got a lightning map check there. Okay, and I was correct. It was both pendants for Swamp Palace, the pendant, and Skull is the green pendant. And also, Jaejo found the fire rod over there in the Mire Shed in Desert, so that's a pretty big item there to find. Because in Crosskeys, the fire rod can be sort of like the ice rod, where it doesn't lock that much, and it can hide in a lot of places, whereas in... you can kind of need it to beat like Mothula and stuff in the other game, or the open modes. Whereas here, it just locks the one entrance and then like some chests in GT and Turtle Rock. And the lamp too, so that's both fire rods, both fire sources locked by getting to the Mire area.
That's very nice, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the fire rod alone was big, but when it's both of your fire sources, that's huge.
Yeah, this might be a lot of incentive for Jaejo to get back up to the mountain now and just clean up all the everything there. And might find a way up there right here. I think realizing there's one more entrance in my area that he can check before following this.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the medallion? I missed it. Oh, Ether. They can check that too.
I don't know if where was Ether, because it doesn't. Jaejo doesn't have it marked, but maybe he has it.
Oh, no, you're right. Nope. Yep, he didn't grab it. Where was Ether? Oh, I think it was something in the mountain that Jaejo never got back to.
Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe like Ice Rod Cave. And yeah, he hadn't got that sword out of Hookshot Cave yet.
Ooh, this is those Dark World bats we were talking about.
Yeah, they pack a punch. All right, we'll see where this the lit up connector takes us. So this is one of the guaranteed connectors. So we'll get to this is the only way to get to Mimic Cave, unless Mimic Cave is also a connector. Oh, that's another big entrance, because Swamp's a pendant, so not quite as big, because you might not have to beat it, but it's definitely one that weighs on your mind if you don't find it.
Yeah, and opens up that floating island check. I think neither runner has been down to the dam area, so this is convenient for Jaejo this way.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if Ganon's Gone Wild checked the Swamp Palace entrance when he went in the Dark World or not.
You know, I think also Jaejo's done in the Mire area, so he might just stick around.
And he could actually get pretty far in Ice Palace, but doesn't want to do that right now. Could actually clear the boss, but not in logic right now, so you don't want to rush into Swordless Ice Palace. And meanwhile, we found Saj Rala over on Ganon's Gone Wild side to get the 3 items. We'll get to learn about... Well, he already knows, actually. He's the one that did the map check.
Yeah, without the sword, Ice Palace is a little annoying. Like, not that much health, but...
Yeah, no Canis Samaria, and no Big Key, so it's not in logic. So you don't... No rush to do it right now. Though the one... That is not the easiest location to get back. So yeah, we'll have to wonder if we're either going to get the flute in the mitts, or when Ganon's Gone Wild will make his way back to the Mire area, because that's pretty big to find the damn Ice Palace, Fire Rod, and Lamp over there.
Yeah, so it looks like the Death Mountain Descent Cave was the back of Old Man, so that's pretty funny.
I'm just seeing a map up on that bumper connector, so not going to need to find that connector for the item. May still need the mirror-locked entrance, though. And there's Laser Bridge at the Dark Lumberjack Hut, which is nice to find. You can get the 4 items pretty quick, and it makes beating Turtle Rock much quicker when you find that entrance.
Yeah, and it's in logic.
Yep, they got the Cane of Burna. Crosskeys still has the requirement for the invincibility item because sometimes you find Turtle Rock Laser Bridge with 3 hearts, and it would be kind of mean if they forced every runner to have to do 3-heart laser skips. And Jaejo has found Misery Mire over here. We don't have the big key or the cane, but he does have the 2 fire sources, so can give most of the checks here. So I think this is the Hera entrance that Jaejo went in.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Grabbing that bombos along the way.
So if there's something in the Firelock chest, that would just be a sort of an even more compounding of the Mire area leading to anything. Because these Firelock checks are, that both the fire sources being in Mire, you won't be able to get this before going to the Mire area. And I think, was that the Quarreling Brothers connector up at that fortune teller's hut in the Dark World?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, maybe GanonsGoneWild wanted to clear out this Village of Outcast area first before checking that. There's the other side of Hookchuck.
There we go. That's actually really nice for Jaejo that the Hookshot Cave side is back there. He can get the items out of there and not miss a beat on wasting time over checking that other entrance.
Yeah, they get the nice little sword out of there. And Ganon's Tower over here on GanonsGoneWild side in that bomb-locked Village of Outcast house. And so
oh boy, ran out of magic.
Has the hammer and 3 small keys and the hook shot, so it's actually in logic to get all the way to Ice Armos right now, which may have to be, at least they have the Cane of Burna, which makes the swordless, bowless, or I guess fighter sword, bowless Ice Armos skill a little better.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a lot of items over here on GanonsGoneWild.
Ooh, that bomb slug attacking Jaejo.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate death to take there because Mire takes a while to get back. We'll see if he's going to go back in. It is a long commitment to go back for just I think he has 3 chests left now.
Yeah, 3 more he can get.
Haven't found anything notable in that Stelphos room on GanonsGoneWild side.
Yeah, not much in GT so far. You know, it's early, but still.
Still got plenty of checks left that they can get to.
Yep.
So that chest that he just did, and this chest the chest rooms that are coming up are all locked by 4 GT smalls. So only having the 3 is not a big deal, but it's nice to note if you find something annoying like a fetch quest. No, you don't have to follow it until you find the GT small key. We're going to see what that cutscene chest that Jaejo died on the way to is. There's the Ice Palace big key and the Thieves Town big key. So we're getting a lot of nice big keys so far. The Ice Palace big key not required with Ice Palace Bomb Jump or Icebreaker, but it's nice to have when you're going there so you don't want to orphan that chest. And Ganon's Gone Wild showing off that nice bomb setup there for the skip of the warp. If you use the hook shot and the bomb like that, it can save a couple seconds.
Yeah, that's always nice to do. Looks pretty smooth too.
Ganon's Tower had those two big keys so far. See if there's anything else in this basement. And Ganon's Gone Wild remembering about the Cane of Burna, which is always nice because that makes this fight much easier than a lot of the other weapons.
Yeah, this fight is really annoying without Cane of Burna, or even a sword's fine, it's just really slow, you know?
Yeah, Fighter Sword is actually better than Master Sword against these guys if you don't have sword beaters. And it even has the green potion to go for round 2 with the Cane of Burna. The one got away, otherwise I could have gotten a quick kill, but gonna have spend a little bit of extra time here. So there's the second Castle Tower small key. With Aghanim locking Magic Bat today, no one has the boots or the powder. Don't have to worry about that yet, but that Castle Tower small key is in Logic.
Yeah, I didn't find much else in Logic there, so interesting.
Yeah, we got the two big keys that were out of Logic, but that's always nice because like big keys, they can be very deep in the seed, and I would just ignore the Logic for something like that because it could just be like Ganon's Tower small key is in the Kakarika Well, or not in the Kakarika Well. Ganon's Tower small key could be somewhere really far away, and then it's locking this, and that's also nice to find the Pod big key there because now we found Pod.
Yeah, having burned that potion, he won't be able to potion glitch these two bow items if he wanted to. He might do a mimic clip the non-potion way. We'll see. I'm not sure how comfortable he is with that, or if he likes to do it or not. It is definitely slower than just getting a bow or using a potion glitch.
Yeah, I can't remember if Ganon's Gone Wild is the one that bought the red potion on the mountain.
Oh, okay.
I know one of these runners bought an extra potion on the mountain.
That's a good point. All right, I had forgotten about that because he did burn that one potion in the Ice Armos fight.
They've got 3 bottles today already, though that one just has a bee in it. We'll see if he has the extra one. There's our mitts. So that if the flute also shows up, that'll be really nice for Ganon's Gone Wild because he's probably not going to be high on checking that paradox connector to get over to Meyer. Also, the mitts are to find right there because he's right by the smiths, so he can just pick them up.
Yeah, this is another thing too to point out that a lot of people I see, like newer runners learning Crosskeys, or a lot of people like to break the game as much as you can, or whatever. You have one pod small key when you come in, and those mitts are in Logic. But if you decide to get greedy and say, I'm going to go for the back and try and get as much as I can, potion glitch, use the hammer to jump down and open up the back of pod, then getting back to those mitts sucks. You might end up saying, you know what, I'll come back later when I find another pod small, and you might be leaving behind something like the mitts.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, it's good to know how the key logic of the chests of Palace of Darkness like that.
Yeah, the lesson to be learned is always open the pod front door if you have a small key.
Yeah, yeah, there are a few exceptions when you just rush to the boss with one small key and you're in go mode, but that's pretty rare.
Now Jaejo having Ether can go back to open Meyer entrance whenever it's convenient. Which, with everything else he has available, it's not going to be convenient for a while, it seems.
Yeah, he's probably in the same boat as Ganon's Gone Wild. We'll probably wait till you get the flute and the mitts. And even then, it's still not going to be that high on the list, and it's just the one item. Or one entrance, I mean.
But with the Fire Rod in hand, when he gets into the Dark World here, he can do the Skull Woods area and potentially find something back there without having to worry about needing to go back to check that one Firelocked entrance later on.
SaberUX and chat making a good point about the K45 Ganon's Gone Wild could elect to check that somewhere on the route. We'll see if he likes to do that, but that is a good point about the best time to check that paradox connector again.
Yeah, grabbing the smith, it seems less likely maybe because the smiths are at the potion shop, so getting back there is definitely a save and quit away from here.
And Super Bunny bottom is at Hammer Pegs, but Ganon's Gone Wild already has found Super Bunny top. So that's where it was really nice to find that, because he might get baited to follow that for the compass and the rupee that were up there, but he's already found it, so no need to worry about that.
Oh, there's another thing I always forget is that you can kind of drag the smith around with you everywhere.
And that is a rare sight to see 3 maps and all 3 of them be your pendants like that.
Very nice.
Very efficient usage of maps today.
I think GGW, realizing he hasn't talked to Stumpy yet, probably wants to do that before checking this last connector.
Yeah, because there's not really it really makes a lot of sense on this route. So this, again, the connector's kind of paying off there, knowing about that, because there's really nowhere else to go on this route here before Ganon's Gone Wild. He's already done the other South Dark World. I guess he might have left the Swamp Palace stuff, though, so maybe he's going there.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. Oh, that's right. There was a mire connector that led to the dam, so he won't be able to check the item here.
Yeah, the dam is in back of Desert Palace. And yeah, the Ice Palace is also locked by mire. There's a dark connector in the mire area that takes you to the Laser Bridge, or the Turtle Rock Laser Eye entrance, which has the Ice Palace. Meanwhile, we found also back of Desert over in the dam entrance, but no Desert Big Key means we don't beat it yet. And Mini Moldorm Cave sometimes gets quite abandoned, like you see here from Ganon's Gone Wild. He's done basically every check around here, so this is pretty much the best time he's got to check it. So he already got to the shopping mall by mirroring from Dark Shop.
Yeah, chat pointing out that Jaejo did find Hotel Mario in the back of Skullwood's Firelocked area. So
yeah, it'll be a long time.
Jaejo to drop down here and gets the wrong drop down, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's the 1 in 4 to find this one when you're looking for all the other ones.
Yeah, with the extra small key he found, it doesn't really matter which drop down he gets into to get to the rest of the chest.
Yeah, because if you're with 0, you want to follow anywhere but the pinball room, and you can steal the pinball room key. Also, it looks like Ganon's Gone Wild found Hype Cave over in that glove-locked desert entrance. So Pod Small and a bow over there. So nice find there. Can clear out Eastern Palace and could beat the Pod Boss, but probably don't want to do that with just the 1 small right now.
That's a lot of stuff to find in that area. That's a really nice find.
And the Bomb Shop, which will tell us where our red crystals are. Desert Palace and Turtle Rock. And we'll get to see our first look at the more meaty part of Skullwoods over here on Jaejo's side. I guess there wasn't... he was dropped in, so he already saw the other checks.
Yeah, looks like we have full dungeon information then. So we will need the Ice Rod on the sea.
Yeah, and that known to hide in basically any place.
I guess we already did know that now that I'm thinking about it. We saw Jaejo have the pendant maps earlier.
Yeah, we didn't know where our red crystals were. Now we know for sure where those are. And today we don't turn in the mushroom here, we turn in the smith here.
Yeah, it's funny, since we know where the fire sources are, when GGW makes it back there, then the Oh, speaking of the ice rod.
That's funny. And yeah, chat was pointing this out earlier that Eastern Palace is in the Waterfall Ferry entrance, so Ganon's Gone Wild, having just gotten that bow and already having the Eastern Palace big key, gonna go over and clear it. He doesn't know that Eastern Palace is a crystal, but he knows that it's probably a crystal. He knows about all the pendants but Ice Palace. Yeah, so I guess the main question here is, I think Ganon's Gone Wild's got a pretty clear advantage on exploration over here. It's just a matter of when does he get back for the Fire Rod and the Lamp, because he's going to need those.
Yeah, it's going to end up routing really nicely, even though Ice Palace is a pendant. If you do need anything out of Ice Palace, he'll be able to get that Fire Rod and then go straight. And he'll find Ice Palace immediately after and be able to full clear it with the big key. One big key and one small key that he's found. Will make it really easy to full clear, so let's see if he opts to do that when he gets there.
Yeah, because it is in a pretty bad location to get back to unless we were to find the flute sometime soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Ganon's Gone Wild gets our first shield of the day over in Eastern Palace, but nothing else, nothing really useful so far. So I guess right now, really the only dungeon we have left to find is Thieves Town, right?
That sounds right.
Between the two of them, at least. Because we're actually doing pretty well in terms of the items we have there, especially with that Cane of Smaragd, because that was one of the main items that we haven't seen from either runner.
Yeah.
Honestly, we might just be needing big keys at this point now. Unless, like, I guess you could have the Thieves Town entrance being somewhere locked by the boots, for instance. But for sure, we're going to need the Turtle Rock big key. And I think that's the Meyer big key as well.
Yeah, I don't think we saw the Desert big key.
That's true. Desert big key as well.
That's it, yeah. Like you said, unless Boots lock Thieves Town, then we need, like 3 more items between the two runners.
The unfortunate part, though, is that's 3 big keys. They could be anywhere. One of them in Kakariko Well, point. You could have one of them on the pedestal, and one of them, I don't know, somewhere deep in Ice Palace. So this seed could be nice. And there's a book over there on Ganon's Gone outside.
Yay, the book. That's so fun.
Yeah, the Bombos Tablet location is pretty bad for Ganon's Gone Wild, but at least the Ether Tablet location is not terrible for him.
Yeah, maybe the seed's hiding all the swords. He's only got the one sword so far.
The legendary 3 swords in Kakariko Well seed. And Ganon's Gone Wild showing off a nice trick. He used the Ether Medallion here, and then it reveals where those popos are, and then it's pretty easy to get to figure out where the Igor is if you're familiar with the layout of the room.
And immediately commentator cursed.
Yeah, I guess the Igor still doesn't want to play nice. We're going to have to do it normally. And just able to spam arrows to get the nice kill on him.
Jaejo, it looks like about to get his sword here in Shot Cave, which is very convenient.
Yep, hour in first sword. Seen worse, but still not fun to wait that long for your first sword.
Yeah, it's usually not really a problem unless you also find no other weapons. If your first sword is your first weapon an hour in, but
yeah, that's pretty rough.
Usually means you probably did something wrong.
We'll get to see Ganon's Gone Wild setting up the style of quick kill that you normally see on the Ice Armos here, but using it here on the normal Armos pretty well.
I don't think we saw much else out of Eastern besides that red cane, right? And
nope,
of course
red cane was really the prize.
Okay. Which is a heck of a prize.
Yeah, definitely, because that one, it can be quite annoying to find at times, and we know we're going to need it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't lock a ton of stuff, but it locks a ton of annoying stuff. So if you find it kind of late and you're still looking for a big key or something, it really sucks to find it late and have to go just, okay, what does red cane open? I got to go do a bunch of dumb things.
Yeah, it's like the 4 items of GT, the front of Turtle Rock, Vitreous, Trinex, sometimes a few other checks, like if you don't find the Hookshot or the Hammer, the bottom of GT can be locked, but if you get it late, like you said, it's normally just like 6 or so items.
Yeah, it's super annoying. And, oh, you know, with these myths, GGW can check Dark Death Mountain area, too. So that's actually really convenient. It worked out really well for him that he ended up waiting to come all the way up here. And it did make sense when Jaejo did go back because he had just found the lamp and was able to come back and clean up the lower west side Death Mountain entrances that he wasn't able to the first time around. And then once he was here, he had the mirror. So checking this entrance and then leaving East Death Mountain was totally fine as well. You know, continue exploring the main overworld part.
And we'll see if GanonsGoneWild is going to do anything in Meyer. Looks like he's going to no bot on it for now, having the cane and not the big key, which makes a lot of sense. We'll get to get our... I can't remember if Jaejo came over here and checked this floating island. It is a key up there, which...
no, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think that's probably not going to be a required key. It could be a nice key, like a pod key, but we already have the Swamp's Palace small key.
Yeah, and finding the front of Turtle Rock here can only get these 2 checks. I don't think he did. No, he hasn't done anything in Turtle Rock yet, so he can get this check, and if he decides to choose to go to Chain Chomps, he can as well. But...
yeah, you'd have to expend the key, which, knowing we're Laser Bridge, it's not a big deal, because you could always just steal the key from the other spot.
Right, yeah. If you end up in go mode, you can just go steal a key from a Pokey or something. Taking the Bombos approach here, not a bad approach.
Yeah, Bombos is a little slow, but so is all the other stuff he has that can kill those Pokies.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Ether and Hammer strategy myself.
Yeah, that is nice. And sometimes knowing that what the Hammer Smash Pack is can be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, looks like Jaejo won't be missing out on the red 20 in Chain Chomps and deciding that check is dead to him forever, most likely.
And we'll get to check to see what the Turtle Rock medallion is today and maybe check that entrance. I guess it doesn't matter because they have all 3 of the medallions at this point.
Yeah.
For the people who have their Turtle Rock medallion bingo cards, I guess that could be important. And seeing a second Cane of Berna Ice Armos fight over here from Jaejo. Didn't get them to start moving, so be a little bit slower, but not too bad anyway.
Yeah, it's not bad. Worked out fine. Just got to clean it up with the Fighter Sword, which does the same amount of damage as Berna anyway.
Yeah, though funnily the Fire Sword spins do less damage.
All right, here we are. Thieves Town is behind Turtle Rock entrance, so unless the boots are locking a big key, we are in item go mode, it seems. Or minus... no, we are in item go mode. Right?
Item no mode, because...
item no mode, fair enough.
Yeah, GanonsGoneWild needs to get over to get his Fire Rod, and Jaejo still needs the Cane and the Ice Rod. So, and the Flute would be something really nice for GanonsGoneWild to find, because that would get him the Fire Rod and the Lamp. And it's a bit of a shame because Ganon's Gone Wild, a lot of times in Crosskeys, you just don't bother checking the desert ledge because it doesn't help you a lot of the times because you just, as soon as you can get it, you end up going over there because you either get connected there and get it for free or you go to the Mire area and there's just so much stuff. So once you get Mire access, you go there. But knowing that the Fire Rod is there might be helpful, actually, because then like you don't have to so much as wait for the Fire Rod. And that's a really nice location for that Mire Big Key because Ganon's Gone Wild has not yet jumped down from the top of Death Mountain, so he can just walk over to Tower of Hera and finish that dungeon.
Yeah, and he just found silvers too, so like even getting to Vidi won't be a big deal. Like just go through Mire in the dark and then go kill Vidi with silvers. It's super free. It's very nice and convenient for him here. And as we saw earlier on Jaejo's side, there were no items in the Firelock part of Mire, so he actually, if he does choose to do that, won't be missing anything critical.
Yeah, and I think with where he's at, needing Fire Rod and 2 big keys, you might be more incentivized to skip that because, okay, the Fire Rod could be over there, but it's a little less likely because it also could be locking those areas. And then you just need 2 big keys.
Looks like Jaejo's walking out of pod here. Or, oh, forgot to take the portal. I see. Well, there's that small key to Turtle Rock that he burned.
Yep, nice. I mean, with the laser bridge, you could always just beat it, but yeah, very nice for peace of mind's sake. Jaejo also showing us that potion glitch because it's actually kind of interesting because that bow is just in that Mitzlock desert location that both these runners have had access to forever. It's just they had so much access that they never bothered to get it till rather late.
Yeah, basically you get overworld dark world access in Kakariko, so which is usually a nightmare in Crosskeys.
These runners had sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say because then like, oh, what do you do next? Well, everything, because that's what you have available.
Yeah, because they had regular Dark World access and the mirror at 23 minutes. So it's basically just how fast can you route checking every single entrance in the game, because basically every entrance is open to you. And we haven't seen anything great in Thieves Town yet. Don't have the small key, so not going to be able to check that big chest.
Yeah, it feels like one of them seeds here where that Thieves Town small key is pretty much only meant to put the boss in logic, not to like hide an item in the big chest or something.
Kain of Burna getting another showing for a boss fight. It's also pretty nice to use against blind. Finding magic powder, though that's not actually that nice because you don't want to have to do Aghanim for that magic pat check.
Yeah.
Still no boots, so don't have to worry about that. And we don't have the Thieves Town small, so not in logic. So you probably would have to find both boots and Thieves Town small before thinking that magic bat check is a good idea.
For sure, for sure.
And we'll see if Ganon's Gone Wild is going to elect to walk over to Misery Mire or do some drop downs here.
Yeah, that's right. He hasn't done any of East Death Mountain, has he?
I don't believe so, no. He hasn't found any of the Hyrule Castle entrances. I wonder where these other ones are. Because something else they could... I guess they're probably going to be our guaranteed connectors. Like, one of them is going to be to the top of Bumper, and the other is going to be to the top of Dark Death Mountain. Because we haven't found... There's still Bumper Cave out there that I don't believe we've seen both ends to, but otherwise we're running low on connectors left. Ah, okay, so we've already seen Hyrule Castle front at Spiral Cave.
I don't think we ever saw Bumper Cave anywhere, so the cave's pretty much only for that, if anything, in this mode. Unless putting Laser Bridge in logic, if Blue Cane is kind of locked behind that, you know?
Well, the one thing that it does put in logic sometimes is the Aga Tower front entrance. You don't even need the sword in this mode. And that could be like the one other thing that would push GanonsGoneWild back to that Paradox connector. Because
no one's ever done that entrance yet, huh?
Yeah, and I can't recall what good... I don't know if we found both the fairies, but we've already found all the 5-item locations, Hookshot Cave, Paradox, Sahasrara, Mire Shed, and at least one of the fairies. So there's just going to be scattered one-offs and entrances.
Yeah, Jaejo finding a map here. I don't know if you don't pick this up. You know what all your crystals are. That's all that really matters. The red ones is whatever, because they don't matter until you find the bomb shop anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think all of this stuff was dead pretty much, right? All the Dark Shopping Mall, everything. Maybe there was an item cave or something.
Yeah, I don't remember anything notable.
Oh, right, yep. Our tracker reminding us that he just found Bomb Shop, so yeah, absolutely useless maps from now on.
Yeah, I see that he has that bow, and the Bomb Shop was in the entrance right next to that. GanonsGoneWild may be incentivized to follow connectors, though, at some point, because he still hasn't found Ice Palace or Swamp Palace, and he's done most of the entrances he has available to him. So from his point of view, once he's done with East Death Mountain, there's going to be like the Mire area, which you might need the flute to get to, and then there's going to be the guaranteed connector entrances left for him to find those dungeons. And those guards often will block the hook shot like that with their projectile they use to find out where you are. And there's that Hyrule Castle entrance on Dark Death Mountain, so saving a few seconds from having to lift up the rock to check those.
Sorry, what did they find in Dark Death Mountain? What did GGW just find in those two entrances? Was there anything?
No, nothing. And one of them was he got out there through Hyrule Castle right, and the other one was an empty house.
Ah, okay.
And we'll see. I don't think that GanonsGoneWild is going to want to beat this Aga, though he might if he wants to get to the pyramid and can do these in the dark, because it actually might be his quickest way back to the pyramid if that's what he's thinking of doing.
Yeah, if you can get through it quickly in the dark, that's not terrible if that's where you want to go next.
Because he doesn't. There's not that many entrances left for GanonsGoneWild at this point.
Yeah, it's just the Mire area, desert area stuff, and is that it? I guess Ice Palace entrance.
Yeah, Ice Palace entrance.
I think he ever did any of Skull Woods, but I don't think there was really anything there anyway. So.
Yeah, Skull Woods was pretty empty. Looks like Jaejo is going to decide to go back to the Chain Chomps.
Yeah, he found Torrock West, it looks like, and so that's, if you're gonna do this check second time, this is the most convenient time to do it, I suppose.
And we might get to see that Spiral Cave connector too with GanonsGoneWild, because he doesn't have anything left on here, whereas when Jaejo found that, he didn't have the mitts, and that was the first thing he found.
Yeah, good point.
Because this could take us, like, connectors I think have good value for GanonsGoneWild right now, because he's got to find those dungeons, and most of the entrances left are going to be connector locked or in the Mire area. And there's one item here, so you might get the flute, you might get connected to one of your dungeons. So there's about... there's a decent chance this is either going to be the Death Mountain top or the Bumper top.
Yeah, the only thing I checking my tracker. I don't have really marked as... Ooh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that big key. Wouldn't be too happy to find it, I don't think.
Yeah, if he finds... Oh, okay, there he goes.
Because the climb is now in logic. All 4 GT Smalls and the GT Big Key and Bow and Hookshot and Kakariko Well is there, so now just the rest of the seed. If you ever want an item, you got 9 of them in the GT climb.
Yeah, GGW does still need a fire source for the climb, which, you know, that's
a good point,
bottlenecking him right now, but...
That's actually really good for him.
Yeah, exactly. I think people have been talking about this in chat, and me and you've been chatting about this a bit, but, you know, he's going to get funneled there pretty quickly, it seems here.
Yeah, because like one of the main entrances he has left is that Agate Tower one, which you can get with the cape now, and still needs to find. Because I think if I was in this situation in GanonsGoneWild, then you're probably looking for thinking Ice Palace or Swamp Palace could be something. You got to find the dam too, but that would be your most likely progression. And there's just not that many entrances left other than the connector ones.
Yeah, it looks like he's going straight there. Actually, he's skipping GT. Oh no, he's going back to pod. Okay, this makes sense too. He found 4 pod smalls now, which puts a large chunk of the dungeon in logic. Well, I guess he doesn't have fire, but whatever. Those chests are those chests, right? Yeah.
So he's got he's probably just skip one of the chests here. Normally the vanilla big key chest, and then I don't think he knows if this is a crystal or not, but I think he still probably want to beat the boss anyway.
Yeah, I think he has the information on hand and just hasn't checked his map in a while, which is fine. He knows 2 pendants, and so the odds are this is a crystal, you know.
Yeah, because that Ice Palace map, it's rare that you have the 2 maps and then you get a third one, and that's also showing you where the last crystal is, or last pendant.
All right, so Jaejo going to find Eastern here in a minute, and we'll be able to clear it out, which will be nice.
Yeah.
Did GGW? Yeah, he had to do both checks back there. That would make sense if he didn't.
Yeah, it'll be nice for Jaejo to get that Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, finishing this up from Jaejo is going to be actually pretty nice, because he'll have cleared up pretty much every entrance now, except for the top of Dark Death Mountain, because he didn't have the mitts the first time. So he'll get his red cane up there. It'll be incentive to go back and finish Mire, especially with the lamp on hand, and then go check up there, find Thieves Town, be able to do that as well.
Yeah, I think the Mire big key was in Thieves Town, right? Or was it? Where was that one? Is it in Thieves Town?
Thieves Town. Yeah, right. I forgot. He doesn't have the Mire big yet. Good point.
Yeah, he has to, but when he goes up to Dark Death Mountain, he'll get it from Thieves Town once he opens Turtle Rock. And GanonsGoneWild making his way through this dark maze. All these checks are locked by 6 pod smalls, and they were not anything useful today.
Yeah, opting not to kill the dungeon just yet. So, oh no, he's checking. Yeah, because he does have the map information. So now he knows everything. Both our runners have a very nice full map and full dungeon prize information.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you have as many maps as he has, and Helmasaur is a rather long check, so you don't want to have to beat it for a pendant, especially because he's locked by all 6 pod smalls and you only got 4.
So, Dane, what are the odds that our Go Mode Big Key will just be in Hair Basement this whole time and
oh god,
make that choice?
I'm hoping for our runner's sake that does not happen today.
We've had that. Or what about like the Go Mode sword, like the easiest way to get back to it, and then every other sword is buried somewhere deep in the seed.
Yeah, I mean, because like they're pretty close in terms of having what they need to beat the seed, but Crosskeys can throw a wrench in that plan quite quickly. You end up with a lot of isolated chests at the end, so if you as the checks start ticking down, it just becomes a little bit nerve-wracking. Like, oh, am I going to have to go back for Hera Basement or Thieves Town Big Chest or something?
Yeah, exactly.
And Ganon's Gone Wild going through Pod in the Dark. This turtle room coming up is one of the more difficult rooms. The Ether Medallion can really help, because if you flip over the turtles, you can defeat them with the Ether Medallion. Yep, Ganon's Gone Wild. Gonna use that Ether Medallion, because it's really nice. You get 4 knocked out. It's much more easy to deal with 2 than 6. Very nice getting through there without getting hit.
Yeah, much easier, especially with no fire source at all. I like doing that room with Ether.
Yeah, Ether really helps out with the Eastern and the Pod dark rooms where you have to get those kills. And luckily they have the silver arrows, because otherwise this would be a bit of an annoying helmet fight with no with fighter sword and no boots to use the spin speed, hammer extension, and glitch. But luckily silvers are a nice way to get rid of them. Don't
mirror, not the mirror
there.
Though. That's not a good way to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's a good way to get rid of yourself. And the Ice Palace Small Key, you're not really going to come into play here. I think that may have implications about Cold Stare being logically available, which it may be nice to know about because it's a pendant, but not really important.
Let's see where does GGW want to go here? What's over here? I think there's just the... Oh, Skull Woods is over here, I guess, but that's a pendant, so...
Yeah, and he doesn't
have a fire source, yeah. So taking the connector...
You'll find that this
takes
is just
us to...
I
remember. Right, he never took this connector, so this... Yep.
And we'll see where he goes after, because it's a lot longer to walk back through here.
Yep.
But with the portal there, you walk back, I think, if you're planning to go into the portal. Or you save and quit if you're planning to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm curious here. I think... yeah, I'm not sure where... What's next here? Maybe Meyer, does that looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes sense, too, knowing you have to do it. You just gamble on the left side being nothing, which, will work out today.
Or you could just find your fire source in here for all you know.
Actually, yeah, good point. Good point.
Because, yeah, this is definitely the most items that are left available to him. Double checking to make sure that it is a crystal. And really, the no boots this seed. It's kind of crazy how deep those things seem to be today.
Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, like even with no boots and where we're at, it's an hour 20 in. We're only missing 1 or 2 big keys, which means that we'll probably finish the seed in no less than 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, as long as those big keys are not in the worst locations.
Yeah, that was kind of the joke. But
yeah,
like, I'm only looking for 2 big keys. It's fine. Hour later.
There have been many a seed that have been looking for 1 big key for 45 minutes.
But to be fair, though, with the early Overworld, Dark World access, Hookshot, and Mirror, this has been a very efficient location clear for both of them. So.
Yeah, even the mitts. The mitts were like the latest piece, the last piece of the puzzle to give them most of the entrances, and those weren't even that late. And that's only a few entrances. But having the Mirror, Hammer, Glove, Moon Pearl as early as these runners had just left them. Like Ganon's Gone Wild has checked so many entrances in terms of per minute this seed.
Yeah, for sure. And Jaejo going back into GT, but not having that GT big key. So this is not a bad play in terms of density and stuff, but it's a bit risky if GT big chest has one of our big keys. Then I don't know how he finds his way back.
Yeah, because you get to that point, you probably do the climb before going to the big chest.
Right, for sure. 9 items versus 1. It's a pretty clear answer there. But, you know, it's never the case, right? It's never just the one big key in GT big chest. That never happens, right?
Yeah, and I guess if you're playing Crosskeys, you've got to be at least a little bit okay with leaving behind those big keys. Otherwise, you're never going to finish the seed.
Yep.
I think it tends to be more rare to not orphan the Thieves' Town big chest. Ganon's Tower feels more 50-50 because you get to go there and you get two shots at it. But Thieves' Town one seems to be orphaned quite frequently.
Yeah, and we're on shot number 2 here for Jaejo, so. It's just a kind of an awkward location for that check. I don't think he goes back to Spiral Cave pretty much ever.
Yeah, I wonder, he'd have to get drawn back up to the mountain and then maybe you jump down to it, or I don't know.
Wait, was Spiral Cave in... Oh,
it's
that's nice.
Fairy
Ascension bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he could technically, like, save and quit to mountain and then hookshot, or go do Ice Palace, but...
Yeah, you'd have to be going back up the dungeon for Ice Palace or Agate Tower, or in his case, also Misery Mire and Thieves' Town, and then elect to jump down there.
Oh, where did we find Half Magic? That's a nice find, even if it's not necessary.
Oh, I don't remember where that one was.
Especially when you're going into Mire. Just use the blue cane and walk through the whole dark part.
Yeah, GanonsGoneWild's done a really nice job getting through. Mire in the dark can be a bit tricky. That one room with the Medusa head and the Cane of Samaria switch can go wrong.
Oh, Pod Dark Maze, okay.
Yeah, that must have been the first check in there.
Yeah, it's the only one I wasn't paying attention to.
Jaejo gonna get his Ice Rod here. And we'll get to see our check of what's on Vitreous today. The Silver Arrows, this will be a nice and quick fight here.
Yeah, this is an interesting race seed too, because when you do start finding stuff and it feels like some of the stuff you find, if you find it late, it's like, wow, that was kind of free. This sucks. You know, like you're not sure if your opponent was able to get there earlier. Like, you know, if GGW finds whenever he gets to his fire sources, he'll be like, crap, these were just sitting here the entire time. You know, and it was he chased a different connector and he chose the one that wasn't where the fire sources were. And he might be thinking like, well, now I just need to go like rush these, whatever they unlock and stuff.
And we found another one of the connectors that we haven't seen yet with Bumper Cave in that island on Lake Hylia. We'll see if Jaejo elects to follow that. There's the Quarreling Brothers connector, which was, we saw the other end of that, I don't remember. I think it's the Dark Fortune Teller in Above Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
And yeah, Jaejo's going to follow this. This will. We still haven't seen Bumper Cave Top or Death Mountain, so we're really running low on where those ones can be. And we got a bit of a high five here.
Oh, well, there it is. Oh, this is really good for Jaejo, because now he'll just be put up at Thieves' Town.
Yeah, very good here. Very convenient for Jaejo. And that's a Misery Mire small key up there, so yeah, not important.
Not important, convenient for... Well, not convenient either, because they've both already done Mire, but I think that is the third Mire small key between the two of them.
Yeah, and I'm a bit surprised to see GanonsGoneWild not follow that connector. I guess he probably hasn't done this area over here yet. Oh yeah, he hasn't, because Swamp Palace is over here. He would have found that if he had.
Yeah, so we'll see here if the rest of TR has some stuff available.
Yeah, we'll get to see those Fire Rod Lock checks. If those have one of our two big keys we're looking for, that could be pretty big for Jaejo, because he'd get to... You don't know when GanonsGoneWild probably will get back to this after doing Trinex. That would probably be the best time for him to do it. And who knows where that TR big is.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. If TR Big's over here, then you're never coming back here. He's done literally everything in this area at this point.
And nope, fire rod checks continuing to come up, nothing today. So at this point, those fire sources not really turning up anything yet. I mean, it could be Hera Basement or Desert Palace boss at this point, but I don't think we have that many more fire lock chests left.
Well, there's also all of GT Climb, considering fire is all in the same spot, but...
that's true. Yeah, the 9 in the climb.
And that's just awkward. But, you know, it really depends. If Jaejo chases Spike Cave here, I doubt he will, finding the Mire Big Key, but, you know, then he'll get his GT Big Key, he'll have more options available.
Yeah, I think for him, if he remembers where Spiral Cave is, sometimes he might want to come back there after doing Misery Mire. Just run over here and jump down to it, and get it out of you. Get that one item, and wherever that connector takes you out of your mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and now that I think about it, we did find Top Bumper earlier. I'm first mistaken. Maybe that was Spiral Bottom. Because I remember GanonsGoneWild. Hot map there.
Yeah.
Chad asking about Ice Palace. Ice Palace is in Turtle Rock Laser Eye entrance, which you get to by going to the Mire area and taking the Death Mountain ascent or descent connector. And you get to Mire by taking the Paradox bottom connector.
Yeah, both runners picked a Paradox connector. Jaejo picked the bottom connector. GGW picked the top one, or I guess the middle one, because they both found the top. And
well, I think
they found different ones.
Did both. Jaejo did both. It's just that he had no reason. When GanonsGoneWild found it, he hadn't done the shovel spot yet. So he's like, okay, 45 is right now by the shovel. I'll just go do that rather than taking the one-way connector. Jaejo already had the mirror, so he just went back into K45 and checked the bottom one. And since he has the mirror, he can go back through the Paradox one.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. It looks like this is the Skullwoods play here from GGW.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you do have... It is a bit annoying to leave behind the fire rod locked entrance, which was nothing today, but there's just a lot of items here. It could just be a fire source in here.
Yeah, chat's beginning to discuss an idea that, you know, Ice Palace feels like it could have some value at this point, being in a location that's kind of fire rods along the way, having sword and bombos, and all the keys to full clear it with that red cane. Would actually be convenient. Jaejo knows where it is. If he decided to go up and do that, he could drop down and do Spiral Cave after, you know, if he remembers that check, and then get that GT Big Key if he still needs it. But
yeah, I think if GanonsGoneWild were to find Ice Palace on his route, I think he definitely would be full clearing it now. It's just that the fact that he has to find the fire rod first, I'm wondering if he'll even how he'll feel about going in there. I mean, I guess with the big keys being anywhere and that being a terrible location to get back to, he'd probably do it there as well.
Yeah, and GGW here, maybe forgetting he has the red cane, does the statue pull for this annoying check. But another thing I just kind of noticed too is that we do have 3 Skullwood small keys. So Green Pendant Moth is in Logic, and that was really early in Kakariko. So
yes, it's in Logic for Jaejo.
I think for Jaejo, yeah. If we're a Swamp small key away from Ped on Jaejo's side. So I mean, it could be a big key on Ped at this point. Who knows? Yeah. They do have the book. They could always find out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe GanonsGoneWild will find out, because he's going to end up right there.
Yeah, if you're going to check Ped, this is probably the most convenient time to do so. But, you know, actually he chose not to follow the other side of this, so it looks like he's not going to.
Yeah, I can't remember the Skullwoods layout, if it's the bad Skullwoods layout where the front...
No. It's a bad one. It's not the bad one, though, right? It's the left and the far right one connect, and then the middle one's the one he's in now. So yeah, as it tends to do, we're in the classic Crosskeys seed of where the heck is our final big key or two.
Yeah, it's interesting considering how the seed was really kind giving them big keys early. So you're like, oh, I'm only going to need maybe 4 more big keys, and I'm 20 minutes in. I should be, maybe I'll get to dodge the big key hunt today, but nope.
Right.
Today it's the big key hunt again. All right, this is probably going to be Ganon's Tower here for Ganon's Gone Wild.
Can he do anything in Ganon's Tower? He can do the big chest and tile room, yeah.
Or maybe there's something else that I was missing over here that he didn't do earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Grab some potions, I guess. Yeah, there's not much over here. Purple chest, maybe? No, you were right. You called it.
Yeah, that tile room could sometimes... I mean, normally for me, it's when you have fewer small keys that it feels more attractive because it's this one, it doesn't require any small keys to get to, but Ganon's Gone Wild is pretty low on stuff left. He's got to really follow connectors at this point.
Yeah, it's just that dumb paradox connectors kind of screwing him up right now.
Yeah, I thought maybe with the Aga Tower entrance being available and not having found Ice Palace, you might get there a little earlier than otherwise, but there's always just been other stuff to do.
Yeah, at this point it's hard to say. Like, I think you found most of the major item caves, so you follow a connector. And what was even over there? I forgot where the fire rod was. I think it was Mire Shed.
Fire rod is just sitting on the desert ledge, I believe. Or no, it's not. No, the lamp is on the desert ledge, and yeah, the fire rod is in Mire Shed, which is in the Desert Palace. It's in Desert Palace back, I believe.
Yeah, it was the two really kind of crappy one-off checks. It was like Mire Shed and King's Tomb were both right next to each other on Desert Ledge, which are both the kind of really slow ones without boots, but... I don't know. It seems purple chest and... Yeah. Then what?
Yeah, I guess Chad making a good point that it does look like a flute hunt for Ganon's Gone Wild, because the Mire area you're not guaranteed to get a connector to, and that's where all of his entrances are left.
Yep.
So you're thinking, okay, I haven't found Ice Palace left. It's probably in the Mire area. It could be in one of the one-off connectors, which at this point there's only 2 left for him, being Mimic Cave and Turtle Rock left entrance. But it just happens that those are that it is on Turtle Rock left entrance, and you do get a connector to the Mire area.
Yeah, fun times, of course. Yeah, I guess maybe also he could be considering a boots hunt too, huh?
Yeah, that's true. The boots would give us 4 more entrances.
Yeah, we haven't found any connectors to any boots entrances, so it means they must all be trash.
Yeah, I mean, we're down to a couple of item caves being the best case scenario for those.
Yeah, purple chest not the answer today. And let's see, going back into the Dark World for... Oh, Bombo's tablet, okay.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad location otherwise.
Yeah, at least can check it if nothing else. So knowledge is power in this mode.
It would be pretty annoying if this is like the flute, because it is the flute, because he doesn't have the sword now. Now
is
he's
that
on a sword
2
hunt.
curses for you? Good job.
I don't know, I just have the voice today. Because that's like good and bad, because like that's exactly what Ganon's Gone Wild is looking for. It's just that we haven't seen that other sword yet.
Yep. Cool. And Jaejo kind of catching on crystals here. Just needs to go. Probably might make his next play over to Pod, honestly, unless he decides to do that terrible spiral cave entrance.
Yeah, I don't know if that flute was good for Ganon's Gone Wild, because that makes items even bigger. Because now, before, if you're on a flute hunt, you're looking for one item in the world. Now he's looking for 3 items in the world, because any one sword would give him the flute and all the other entrances.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd forgotten that there were some Dark Death Mountain entrances Jaejo needed. So I think it was all pretty trash over here.
Yeah,
so
it was.
This might be him choosing to check this, and if GT Big Key is locking stuff, then he'll be in a good position to go grab the stuff that it's locking, since Pod is kind of right next to GT.
All right, so I guess Ganon's Gone Wild does have connectors on his mind. Is going to follow this Bumper Cave connector. There's really just not that much left. I'm trying to think even what he does have left. I guess Ganon's Tower Big Cat chest is available to him. And yeah, you're right. Jaejo is going to go over to Spiral Cave and will be rewarded with the GT Big Key, and also the I believe this takes us to the Bumper Cave top.
I wonder if GGW tries to check the Vanilla Casa Tower entrance here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that might draw him back to the Paradox at some point. It's just, it hasn't
to
do it.
Yeah, because where else does he go now? He doesn't have much.
That could be where he's going, though, because, I don't know what else is in this area.
Nothing. No, Jaejo, yeah, it looks like GT is either GT or Pod here. Has to be, right?
Yeah, because Pod, you'd think that he'd make his way over to GT with the Big Key, but I don't know. He could do the climb, though, because that's now in logic for him.
Yeah, the climb for 9 items isn't that crazy. Probably do Pod first, just because they're next to each other, sort of, but I don't know. We know he's not gonna find anything that interesting in Pod, so doing the climb after is not crazy. I think that's a pretty good play here.
Yeah, because the main items that they have left are Swamp Palace, but they don't have the small key, so they can only do the 1. And then they've got the climb, which is 9 and could just have the Swamp Small, or just some isolated one-offs. And yeah, we're gonna see
Schoolwoods isn't a bad play. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say we're going to get this one entrance. Ooh, Ganon's Gone Wild almost saved and quit there. We'll see if he decides to do the Paradox bottom. Looks like he's going to.
Okay. This is going to be good for him. Yeah, it's annoying, though, the fact that GGW finding this stuff so late puts him in a situation where now he has a bunch of super isolated one-off crap to do. It's all fire-locked.
Yep, we know that they're all nothing, but they might weigh on his mind. The good thing is, though, the thing that I think you probably would want to do the climb first, because it's the 9 items, and we know that's more likely to have something we need. Though if we get something like Pendant Swamp, I think even at this point you just got to give up on those checks. If we get something like Pendant Swamp or going back to the Misery Mire chests, you just leave them behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you figure, I got these fire sources so late, my opponent could have gotten them really early. They'll probably win if it was in those locations. And yeah, Jaejo getting to go through this room in the light, having that lamp, so makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and Jaejo didn't have Ether when he came through this area the first time, so that could be a key location, but we'll see. Seems unlikely.
Yeah, we have to.
Ganon's Gone Wild finding a dark cave, having already known the lamps here, is like, I'm gonna grab this lamp.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since he knows that that's going to be the Death Mountain Descent, which is one of the harder ones to go through in the dark. Yeah, and I think at this point, Ganon's Gone Wild will want to do that Ice Palace, because he's going to be right there, and it's just annoying to get back to, especially since he knows that he's not going to get the flute anytime soon. He's going to have to, and I don't think he'll get the flute, because you have to go out of your way to get that. It's not in a good location, and you need another sword to get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ice Palace is a pretty quick clear with the all the keys and the cane.
Yeah, this is around the time, I think, in a race, especially in a seed like this, you start kind of considering, like, you know, my opponent could be done in the next 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the layout, you know. And the only time when you start feeling safe again is if you find a sword at an absolutely trash location and then realize, like, oh, there were just no swords in the seed, or a big key in somewhere so bad that it's like, okay, I might still be in this, you know. But right around 145 is when you start kind of looking at, in a seed like this, you start looking at the timer and thinking about, okay, where do I think my opponent is? And, you know, what do I need to do to finish and stuff?
Yeah, because you think if someone had taken a similar route to what GanonsGoneWild had done, only they did what Jaejo did and went to the Meyer area early, like, GanonsGoneWild could have skipped so many locations and just rushed dungeons.
Oh, he never chased that connector.
Ooh, I mean,
so he's never going to find Ice Palace or Dam here, so if those are required...
Yeah, so it's really... Because, like, that's the thing, as I was thinking that this seed could come down to at the end when you have a choice between... If Ice Palace, for instance, had the Swamp Small Key and both these runners wanted to do Ice Palace first, then you kind of have the choice between 9 items in the Climb and 10 items in Swamp, and that could determine who wins the race. But it looks like GanonsGoneWild is going to do the Climb for sure, because that's all... To him, that's all that's available.
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't know anything else here that he can do.
Now the question is, would GanonsGoneWild go back to some of those fire rod lock checks before going back to that one connector?
Well, the thing is, I wonder if he's found it, like all the other dark caves, basically, and I don't know if maybe he decided in his mind, oh, I found all the ones that connect. You know, maybe this was just a dumb one that I don't care about, because that's totally possible too. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true, because if he didn't, if he never realized what that back of old man connector is, sometimes you can easily lose track and think you found all of them when you really found all but one.
Yep. Looks like Jaejo grabbing this. Did he? I feel like Jaejo did purple chest, right? Or was that GGW? I forgot now.
GanonsGoneWild is the one that did purple chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this feels like chasing some of these things was kind of slow, you know, as a choice of, like, you know, what's left you could do. Do this entrance, grab purple chest, or do the Climb, or do Ice Palace kind of thing here. It feels like Jaejo's down to basically that. And,
yeah, maybe he was thinking that, like, before the Climb, may as well check to see if you get a one-item cave and then go over and do the Climb.
Yeah, I like it. It makes sense.
Especially since, yeah, you're done with the Village of Outcasts area, basically. So you're not going to want to come back. Though it looks like he's going for the big chest here.
Ooh, big chest first. Wants to be thorough here. This could be a play. And going right side to get big chest. I actually don't know which way is faster.
I don't know for sure if it's a key thing, but NMG goes to the left. But it might be because of the freestanding key.
Yeah, or maybe the boots. I don't know.
Yeah, true. The boots might make the other side quicker.
Oh, that's a good point about the key too. I hadn't thought about that. If it's the first time through, which way is faster?
Yeah, because there's the torch key and the on the floor key. So if you come in with 0 keys, I think left side is going to be faster because you can't even do right side without 1 key.
Right. Yep. Good point. Yeah. Looks like GGW skipped the big chest. He did Compass Room and then just went straight up the Climb. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, if you're playing Crosskeys, you got to be a bit comfortable isolating some chests like that. And I think GanonsGoneWild, finding that fire rod really late like that, doesn't want to take the extra time to go down there and rather just do the 9 items and hope that one's nothing.
Right, yeah, this is makes sense a lot from density.
And, like, you're most likely going to have to do the Climb. If you have to come back to get GT Big Chest at some point later, whatever. I mean, it's not like doing it now is going to save. It just saves you the trip to Village of Outcasts. As long as you're committing. Because, like, even if I don't think you could find very much in the GT Big Chest that would end up making you not do the Climb. Like, you find the Turtle Rock Big Key, that's great. You go do Turtle Rock, but you have to find a sword and the Desert Big Key to to not do the climb.
That's true, yeah.
Because it's likely that something nice is probably going to be in these 9 items. You'll probably find at least the sword in the worst case scenario.
Pod Small.
Worst case scenario, I think, is you find only the Swamp Small, and the swamp ends up being not the answer.
Yeah. I guess Pod Small lets you full clear pod. You know, if you want that one check.
Yeah, not a fun check. Though I guess the Swamp Small for Ganon's Gone Wild wouldn't be quite as devastating as it would be for Jaejo if there was nothing in Swamp, because he can't get into Swamp yet. He's gonna have to go find Ice Palace before doing Swamp, no matter what.
Yeah, both runners getting a little bit bullied by their respective rooms here. But gets through, of course.
Yeah, Ganon's Gone Wild bought plenty of potions on that one trip to the Witch's Hut, so definitely is set for the rest of the game. I'm not sure if Jaejo has any of his potions left, because he is a little low going through the climb here.
Yeah, Boots' climb, always fun. It's the best part of Crosskeys.
Yeah, it's brutal when you have to do these, especially if you have to do like boots with no cane and go through these rooms that are nice with the boots and cane, but quite bad without.
It's a really weird synchronization we ended up at here. The GT climb of all things, you know?
Yeah, there's been a couple points where these runners have ended up in the same spots from completely wildly different starting points.
Yeah, definitely.
And also wildly different like things that are available, because like Jaejo still has Ice Palace and Swamp Palace, or the first chest of Swamp at least, available. Though Ice Palace is just such a long chain to get to, it definitely makes sense to do the climb first.
Oh, for sure. I actually like this. I agree with everything you just said.
And the
getting
4
back
GT
there.
Smalls.
Yeah, the 4 GT smalls, and also finishing the climb. I think you had pointed this out earlier. Oh, was there anything in the mini Helma?
2 small keys, and I think they might have been both the Turtle Rock.
Oh, okay. Well, climb required logically. But anyway, I was going to say, so Jaejo finishes the climb and ends up at the top of the pyramid. Can go back to the mire area.
Yeah, that's one of the really nice things you see from really high caliber Crosskeys runners, is they'll route in their GT climbs to when they want to get to the pyramid again. But yeah, so far nothing, though we still got 5 items in the Kakariko Well after this one here.
Nice. Nice trash climb. Always love to see it.
Yeah, Moldorm even poorer than he usually has. Somebody took 15 of the movement before he got here. And this room in particular is that Jaejo's in is quite annoying without the boots. We saw Ganon's Gone Wild use the Cane of Burna. That's showing just how annoying those guys can be.
Yeah, at this point in the seed, have as many items as you do. Just use everything at your disposal.
Getting a bit rude patterns over on Ganon's Gone Wild side so far. This one's not too bad, and gets the triple. Alright, so Kakariko Well is really... If you find nothing in Kakariko Well, I think both these runners are going to be feeling pretty bad, especially after Ganon's Gone Wild doesn't really have that much left after getting that fire rod so late.
I was just thinking about one of the dumber checks that neither runner has been able to do yet is the Crystal Roller Room in TR.
That's true. That's available.
This game really
by
likes
going
to make
back.
it annoying. Yeah, it makes that check super annoying sometimes.
Because it's normally you think, oh, I need the big key to get to that chest. But if you have laser bridge access and the Cane of Samaria and the lamp logically, then you can go back through that.
Hey, our first boomerang of the seed.
And there's a sword, so that's at least a little nice. But yeah, I mean, so that sword's not a total loss. But yeah, that's about the worst that you would think to get from this climb.
Oh boy.
For Ganon's Gone Wild, at least he knows that gets him the flute, which he can get back to the mire area, though not even that much quicker than just taking the connector here. But
yeah, exactly. Nice, yeah, if he wants to go back to mire, just go right now, right? Instead, just mirror bonk on the wall.
I think taking a bit of time because really Ganon's Gone Wild is down to not that much. So you got to start thinking, okay, which connectors did I not follow? What one-off checks do I want to start prioritizing?
So if you're in Ganon's Gone Wild shoes here, what do you think you do next?
Well, I don't know off the top of my head the knowledge that he has. I would be trying to get entrances right now to find Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if he's found all the available entrances, and so he's thinking it's like a boots hunt or something.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that sometimes you get to the point where, okay, it's either going to be a connector that takes me to the location, because Ice Palace having 8 items, or the dam giving you 11 items with the dam, or 12 items, actually. Oh, he's going back for the Firelock Chest of Mire.
Yeah, I suppose it makes sense with 3 small keys, right?
Well, it makes a lot of sense with what you're saying, is that he's thinking, okay, might be a boots hunt for my Ice Palace access, so he's going to go, this is 2 items versus something like Hera Basement, which is just going to be 1.
Oh man, imagine if boots are in Hera Basement this whole time.
Oh god, that would be, you'd be feeling bad. I mean, you could at least pray that maybe your opponent didn't do all of the things to get the fire source early and also do Hera Basement early, but it's still, they could have. And Jaejo gonna get the disappointing news about just the sword here in Kakariko Well.
Oh, GGW for getting the switch, but you have enough time to go back and hit it if you're quick, which you should be fine.
Taking a nice damage boost there to get there even faster. And looks like Jaejo is going to Ice Palace.
Very nice. Yeah, this is interesting play here. He might check the last Mire entrance. I don't think he had ever done that.
Oh, he could also just be taking this entrance. But we'll see, yeah, because to him, Mire area is, I think, a pretty nice location, like you're mentioning, that he doesn't have the Mire entrance. But nope, looks like he's got something else in his mind.
Everyone hates Ice Palace right now. Well, I guess GGW doesn't know where it is, so...
Yeah, I'm sure GGW would gladly clear Ice Palace if he only knew where it was.
I wonder, Sanctuary, where does that take us?
Useless Fairy?
Well, I'm just thinking of, like, what you're trying to route in here. Maybe, I don't know, a ped check or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's headed. I mean, Skull Woods, perhaps.
That's actually not a bad choice here.
Yeah, because he got
Fully in Logic and all that.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised Ganon's Gone Wild didn't go to that yet. Especially since he knows, like, he could get the flute. I mean, you know, maybe you don't want to use the flute this seed because it's so annoying to get to. But it might, if you're going to go to Skull Woods anyway, it might be worth it. Okay, but this definitely makes sense with GGW. I didn't realize that that was where Turtle Rock Front was. So he's thinking, okay, I can get the Mire chests, those 2, and I can get the 2 over here. It's not terrible to get these 4.
Yeah, I guess you don't... Wait, where's Jaejo going here? Purple chest, maybe? I wonder if GGW goes through TR now. He has all 4 small keys. He can go through and get all the stuff that he didn't get the first time.
Yeah, I can't remember if he went to... He did do Chomp Chest. But yeah, it looks like picking up those chests, he probably wants to go over here.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably just going to go through all the way through the dungeon to Crystal Roller at this point.
Well, he can't get to Crystal Roller this way because he doesn't have the big key. He have to find Laser Bridge.
Yeah,
well, you know where Laser Bridge is.
Wild chest, I guess. So I guess Jaejo's going to get his flute here. That's what it feels like. Maybe that leads him back to Mire to go take that connector.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants... I think Ice Palace has got to be on Jaejo's mind at this point, because it's really... I don't know what one-offs he did, because I don't know if he did everything Ganon's Gone Wild has done. I think he might have a few other one-offs that maybe he did, and like they traded a few one-offs, basically, but We'll see. But yeah, I think getting this flute, you go over to Kakariko. Maybe you beat Skull Woods even while you're over there. But you definitely want to activate this if you get it where you're. I don't think I understand GanonsGoneWild not getting it and activating it because with these late flutes and Crosskeys, they're not always helpful. But with Jaejo getting it just for free like that, I think he will. Both runners saving and quitting to Sank at about the same time. I wonder if I bet this is Skull Woods for GanonsGoneWild and just the flute activation for Jaejo. Yeah, so I guess we got the Green Pendant and Mothula.
They're both doing Skullwoods here at the same time, another weird convergence.
Yeah, we'll see if Jaejo elects to go down after activating the flute, because he might go over to Ice Palace. Oh no, maybe GanonsGoneWild's doing Hero Basement.
Ooh.
That's why he popped into the Desert Palace, made a misread of the tracker. That makes sense too.
Yeah, he's like out. He's like out of stuff.
Yeah,
I think he's straight up out of stuff except for that one connector.
That connector being both the dam and Ice Palace was really big at the time. Like when we saw it, both of you and I were both like, okay, when is GanonsGoneWild going to find that? And the answer seems to be pretty late.
Yeah, I think literally the only thing he has left, if I'm kind of tracking this right, is that getting the flute, which is nothing, and then Crystal Roller Room. I think he's checked literally everything else except for having to follow that connector to find Ice Palace. Oh, and Skullwoods. They both have Skullwoods, though.
Yeah, Skullwoods, GT Big Chest, and what you mentioned. Now, I wonder if GanonsGoneWild. Okay, if we were to find the boots, when do you do Agate Tower?
Yeah. I mean, you got to find the boots first to make that
could
thing,
be
right?
Both of these runners. I mean, obviously you do the 4 boots locked entrances first, but that could end up being something you think about doing.
Oh, it looks like Jaejo is going back up here now. Okay. I like this.
Yeah, Ice Palace makes a lot of sense.
Let's go Ice Palace here, right?
So we'll see what Ice Palace. It's got to have something, really, at this point. I mean, I guess you could have the Swamp Small being one of those one-offs these runners checked, and then Swamp have the answer. But I think it's more likely that you'll find the Swamp Small or the boots or a big key in here that you're looking for.
Yeah. Another question from chat: if anyone has checked first a chest of Swamp, they did not have the dam drain when they found Swamp, so we're not able to do so.
Yeah,
Swamp is down at what, Light World Flute 5?
Yes, that is correct. So GanonsGoneWild can't check it. He hasn't pulled the dam yet. Jaejo has, which is that new indicator we have on the tracker, that little X over the Swamp Palace with the blue thing, that indicates if they pulled the dam. And so Jaejo can get that basically whenever he wants. And there's the Desert Palace big key. So that's all.
Okay.
We just need the Turtle Rock big key now.
Yeah, progression. Wow, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been 30 minutes since either.
Yeah, what year is it now?
I guess it's that sword. I kind of progression, but we'll see if there's another sword along the way.
Yeah, GGW finding a heart piece on Moth. So far nothing. Then Saha is kind of up by Curiosity Shop. We'll go turn that in, and I don't know. At this point, you check the pen. Ooh, nice.
Well, maybe GanonsGoneWild might want to because he hasn't done the Fire Rod Locked entrance yet, and that could be Ice Palace. So I think he will. I guess not though. I mean, you can check coming out of Curiosity Shop too, though, if you don't get what you want from Saha. But Jaejo also picked up the Desert Palace small key, so now that's 4 items in Desert that Jaejo can get.
Yeah, 4 new checks. 4 new checks, right? Yeah. What was on Green Pendant? Was it anything?
100
Probably not.
rupees.
Okay. Nice trash moth there.
Yeah, at least the resale value for Green Pendants is decent. Okay, so GanonsGoneWild is thinking about dark connectors now. So perhaps he will get drawn to Ice Palace now, which would be very good for him.
Ooh, back of old man. Yeah, he never knew that this was earlier. Jaejo had the lamp when he scouted that was back of old man. Which is really funny because old man is literally one cave over.
Yeah.
So it's like almost vanilla. Front of old man is in back of old man.
I'm not sure what GanonsGoneWild.
Can't go backwards through this one because of the drop down.
Yeah, I think he's starting to realize that. So this means that GanonsGoneWild probably realizes what it is that he needs to do. It's just that it's unfortunate that it's the one that he was hoping it wasn't. The dark room that he was hoping wasn't the answer is going to be the one that he needs to do.
Yeah, because he didn't know. He didn't have a lamp when he found all the caves. He found a couple of them and was able to traverse them and say, okay, I know what these dark caves are, but some of the other ones I don't know if he was sure of or whatever. And then the one that he does need to do is in the mire area, which sucks.
Yeah, we'll see if how GanonsGoneWild wants to get to the mire area. I think at this point it's kind of a wash between getting the flute and reactivating it versus going to Pyramid. It's kind of close. The flute's probably a little slower, but you have the flute then.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have the flute after, you can make it. You can use it to make up some time that it costs you to do all the things you just said later.
Yeah, because even fluting over to Turtle Rock, and Turtle Rock is going to drop you off pretty far away from Ganon when you beat it, so it can be useful to flute back.
All right, looks like killing another boss here. Of course, like crystals first. You know, if you find progression, go to your crystals first.
Absolutely, because if you find the big key to Turtle Rock here, you just never do the rest of Desert, and that also applies for like if you're going into Palace of Darkness, one item from Go Mode, and you've got some chests left. And you need to beat Helma, just go beat Helma first, and then if you get what you need, then you get to skip the rest.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is one of those things that you see good runners do when they find progression that, you know, like a big key to kill a boss. They kill the boss before doing the other checks. Especially when there's just one more big key to find.
I'm sure all of us have had the time where you do this and it really pays off. You just get the big key you want and get to skip some annoying checks like the desert checks with no boots. And that's the big key to Turtle Rock right there. So, again, the routing we were talking about really paying off there for Jaejo.
Yeah, go mode now, I think.
Yeah, just got to go very quick at Go mode. Just go get over to Laser Bridge, and then you can beat Turtle Rock. So, fun things that happen is you get a pop quiz. What's the quickest way to get to Laser Bridge? And my answer would have been Flute to 8, but
yeah, grabbing some potions here, not a bad choice. Where is Laser Bridge?
Lumberjack House.
Ooh.
So that's one of the entrances that, like, generally fluting to 8 and then swimming through the portal.
Is it Lumberjack or
Dark Lumberjack?
Oh,
okay, I marked it wrong on my tracker. So then, yeah, you flute here.
Nice.
But that's always fun when you're getting cross keys and you have to get somewhere really fast like that, and you just we can win races if you save a couple minutes just using connectors smartly or the flute intelligently to get places fast.
Yeah, it looks like so. Where is GGW going now? It looks like not sure. Taking the flute here. Might be making back to Meyer to check that dark cave. No.
Perhaps. Yeah, I don't think you. Maybe he's checking pets. Or
Checking
no,
pet.
Skullwood's back. The fire rock.
Skullwood's back. Yep.
Because like you don't want to check pet right now because you don't have the swamp small. If you have the swamp small, you consider checking pet, I think. But even at that point, I think you just go. Well, you don't have the dam hole either because yeah. So there's 2 reasons to not check the pet.
That damn pull. So it's kind of funny they never found the swamp small, so no one got baited into that, which is nice.
Yeah, it probably was in desert.
You know, though, I do wonder, though. I'm curious thinking about this seed now. Is like Jaejo's in go mode, and his second sword was on the GT climb. So, you know, where are the other swords? Like, if they were both in swamp and you needed to find the swamp small, was it worse than doing the GT climb? Like, it's a pretty interesting seed. So it's not. Oh, GT climb wasn't required. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Yeah, that's very true. Because like, if it was the case that the swamp small likely in desert, given what we've seen. Because I can't think of any locations other than desert that these runners have not one of them checked.
Yeah, and we never found Thieves Town small. I think Thieves or Toro Rock Big Chest or Crystal Roller are kind of the 2 only other spots.
That's true, yeah.
Unless there's just a sword on Trinex and the seed was just dumb. Which I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I mean, yeah, we're just Swamp Palace seems the most likely because that's 10 items, but it could just be one of them anywhere else.
You know, what's interesting too with the Ice Palace layout, if Jaejo had gone in early, like, he would have more than likely gotten the 2 things he needed out of it, and whether or not he was able to kill the boss, that didn't actually matter on this seed. So now he's in go mode and should be heading straight to Ganon.
Yeah, it would have been. It was a bit tough because he was at 6 hearts with green mail and no cane, so it would have been not. I can't blame him for not doing Ice Palace at that point. Just a pod small in that GT big chest, which Jaejo, I believe, already got from that. So, well, we knew it was nothing. He just didn't remember what it was. Yeah,
I suppose the pod small could allow him to do that big key chest of pod.
Yeah, that's another thing that neither of these runners have checked.
It's like, you know, Ganon gives you a silver hint if you don't have silvers, but like, where's the damn boots hint?
Well, that only happens if Ganon is your uncle and you're playing Ambrosia.
If Ganon is your uncle, boy, that'd be a sight to see. Accidental Ganon uncle. Thanks, game. The uncle dropped down as Ganon, and he just has a sword for you. Like, oh, I got injured trying to save the princess. Like, no, Ganon, you tried to trap her in a crystal, you jerk.
Yeah. Jaejo getting a nice layout here for the start of the second cycle. One of the better positions to get a bunch of double spins on Ganon. He just needs that one more, maybe get another for good measure.
Yeah. Phase 2 done. Phase 3. Just dodge the bats. I think with red mail too, this should be fine.
Yeah, I think he has a potion as well.
Oh, there's the Thieves Town small. Good lord.
One of the pieces of the missing small key puzzle.
Hello, rabbit hole. Yeah, pretty sure though that this is I think a boots hunt for GGW, thinking there's an item in a boots or a connector maybe in a boots lock location or a dungeon.
Yeah, because he just hasn't found Ice Palace. That's you're thinking that he knows that Ice Palace is the answer, but just doesn't know where Ice Palace is.
Yeah, he knows it exists. Just the question is where, and unfortunately, it's through a dumb connector. Right, true, yeah. Or the dam, fine to open up swamp, but without the swamp small, I guess the dam is less. But anyway, that's 4 silver arrows from Jaejo into Ganon, and get your GGs in chat, as Jaejo, all he has to do left is walk across the bridge.
And Jaejo finishes with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 56 seconds. And we're joined here today by Jaejo. Jaejo, congrats on the win.
Thanks. GG.
Did you have any particular thoughts on the seed you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I actually didn't think I was doing very well, especially in the beginning when I was getting ambushed by everything. So I took a death to the chain chomps, to the bomb slugs, and I got lost in the dark rooms up on a death mountain trying to rescue the old man. It started off kind of shaky. And mobility was a big issue. Because the old man start points really didn't do us any favors today.
Yeah, definitely good on you to rebound from a bit of the early game struggles. That's definitely important in these long Crosskeys seeds. So one thing that Chad was talking about is that you found Ice Palace really early, and you actually had the tools you needed to complete it, but you decided to not do anything about it. You want to kind of talk about the decision?
Yeah, so I had 6 hearts, green mail, and I did have the glove and the hammer, but I didn't know if it was a pendant or a crystal, so I was going to come back later when I was much better geared, because I didn't think I'd be able to... If I went in, I definitely would have tried the Ice Palace bomb jump and trying to kill Coldstare right there, but I didn't believe in myself, so I noped out and wanted to come back later, but I ended up coming back much later.
Yeah, you got quite a bit of things opened up to you. Definitely wouldn't have been an easy Ice Palace, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny too the way the layout ended up being that it wouldn't have mattered if you tried to fight Coldstare at all. Just because the Desert Big and Small were both in the hookshot lock side.
Yeah, that would have been nice to pick up earlier, and there was the mail in the very first chest, unbeknownst to me, so that would have definitely helped.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because I did have a red goo at the time, so I could have used that in case of emergency, and I ended up holding on to it for quite a while, which probably cost me time in the long run, because I did take a couple of deaths. But because I had so few hearts, it's like it didn't really... It's like I wanted to get more use out of it, like more safeties. So I was saving the potion for just a little bit later, but everything was killing me in 1-2 hits. So,
yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, do you know where the other swords might be?
Nope.
We did not see
I got
them.
the Master Sword in Kakariko Well, and I was pretty disappointed because that was all that was on the climb, but I never found the other 2, so I might have needed that. I don't know.
Yeah, as far as we can tell, GGW also found the same swords as you, and looks like he cleared out Turtle Rock, so they weren't there. Found the Thieves Town Small and cleared out Thieves Town, so it wasn't there, and finished up Skull Woods, wasn't there. They're maybe in right side desert or in swamp. I don't know. We never found the swamp skull, so who knows?
Yeah, there's probably a sword in swamp.
Yeah, probably gonna need to find. Probably gonna find the swamp somewhere in desert, swamp mall and desert, and then maybe a sword in desert as well, and then a sword in swamp.
Yeah, if I didn't get the Turtle Rock Big Key off of Landmo, I was headed back to Desert Main to check the right side there. And check the big chest.
Sense. Were there any item caves that you ended up not finding? I don't know if you tracked the item caves stuff.
I do. Sometimes I overlook something and don't take it off my list. But I think I never found Chicken Hut, Checkerboard, and I did find Spike Cave, but I didn't go inside.
Yeah, your opponent did Spike Cave, and it was nothing.
Let's see, I don't really see it on my tracker right now, but I'm pretty sure I saw it. Or maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I saw the mushroom said mushroom turn in on the credit said like the face key. I don't know what that is.
I didn't see that one. I did see what was on pedestal though.
Oh, fun. Thanks, Kane.
It was
it just popped up on our
The
it was the Pegasus boots.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about mirroring out of ice, especially after getting the desert small key, but I couldn't discount the possibility that Ped might have been required. So I went through the rest of the dungeon in case the big key was there, and then I picked up the pendant just in case. Because Mothula was just chilling in Kakariko this whole time, and I never went and got him. And then it was just a matter of finding the swamp small, and gotta prepare for the worst.
Yeah. It's probably locked behind maybe those red crystals or GT even. Like something really dumb had to be. We saw everything but that was available except for the 3 desert checks and the pod big key chests.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I
I think the first chest in swamp. So
first chest in swamp.
yeah, we never saw that.
I didn't have flippers, so I didn't check it, and I never made it back over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think that the more I look at the seed, I'm kind of looking at the layouts and stuff. I don't remember flippers being required for anything, actually. Oh, Eastern, I guess.
Yeah, getting into Eastern. And I don't know if Dark Shopping Mall, I don't think had anything.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
It was empty. And for the most part, Ice Rod Cave area was empty too.
Yeah.
So when I found the flippers, I think they were kind of in an out-of-the-way spot, so I was hoping there would be something useful behind it to give me an advantage. But then, both of those had nothing. I did find Eastern, but then Zora didn't have much. So it felt like it was time wasted.
Yeah, so actually the main thing that really got you the win this seed was you took the Paradox Bottom Cave a lot earlier than your opponent did. And got those fire sources early, and then not only that, you found Ice Palace entrance, whereas your opponent got to that Paradox Cave entrance really late, like in an hour and 30 or something, to get the fire rod and the lamp. And then when he got the lamp, he never followed the dark connector in the Mire area, so never found Ice Palace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was tucked away pretty hard. One of the reasons I never went back there was before I got the flute, I would have had to take the Paradox connector and unless I was like on top of Hyrule Castle, I would have had to take the desert connector to get there as well.
Yeah,
just to take the dark cave to get up to the Turtle Rock Ledge. So it just wasn't convenient at all. So I kept putting it up. But once I got the flute off of Bombos, I was like, okay, I could just flute to 6 now. And then just go through the one cave and I'm there. So that's pretty much what drove me to return back instead of checking more one-offs.
Yeah, then it ended up working out for you. Do you have anything else you would like to say before we close this out? GG to GanonsGoneWild. And also, thanks for putting this on Restream. So, thanks for the work that you guys did.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Any final words from the commentators?
Oh, I was just going to give a shout out to our restreamer, you, Ricky of Kokery, and also our trackers, Tofile and Lady Lauralinda, tracking a lot of games this tournament, so always grateful for those volunteers. And shout outs to my commentator, Homemade Beer, did a great job in the booth with me today, made it a lot of fun to commentate the seed.
Yeah, this seed was actually a lot of fun, and I'm thankful for all the restreamers to help put this on, and the runners for being on Restream as well. GG's to both of you, and Dane, yeah, I had a great time. This is a fun race to commentate. And, yeah.
Awesome. So, as they all said, thank you so much to the volunteers, and thank you, Dane8373, for commentating as well. Coming up on the Zelda Speedruns schedule, right now we're going to go raid the main ZSR channel. They're doing a lower bracket finals match for the Wind Waker Randomizer tournament between Original Elijah and J-Wiz, so that's very hype. Going to want to watch that. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a Majora's Mask Moon Crash ADR tournament between Adruk and Colin. At 3 p.m. tomorrow, we are trying to get another Crosskeys match on between Ninjembro and Breve. And at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have an Ocarina of Time Randomizer Dungeon Door Requirement Tournament match between Neef versus Keymaker. So lots of content on the schedule for Monday. Hope you find something you like. Right now, we're going to go raid Wind Waker. Have a great time, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye!